What do we have here in Fleckville today? It seems that Jonathan Majors and Meagan Good have broken up.
Bitch, I'm not letting up. This relationship is fake. This relationship is for PR. This is ridiculous. They at Disneyland and they got pictures of him touching her chin and they kissing. This is so fake. Like, actors and entertainers, y'all are so fake, and it's sad.
So it looks like there is more bad news on the way for Jonathan Majors, because days after he was found guilty of DV and putting paws on his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari, the streets are now saying he just got dumped by Meagan Good. If Jonathan thought that Meagan was going to be a ride or die for him, he is in for a rude shock, because not only has Meagan jumped ship, but she's also making extensive efforts to separate herself from Jonathan and his mess. The streets are also saying that the relationship was one big PR stunt, and Meagan is making her way out of the relationship. Child, Jonathan just can't seem to catch a break. Jonathan Majors might not be the luckiest man in the world right now, because on the back of being found guilty of putting paws on his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari, new reports have it that his girlfriend Meagan Good has also dumped him. Now, there have been talks going around for a while that the relationship between him and Meagan was just PR, and that Jonathan has been paying Meagan to be his girlfriend so she could clean up his image while the whole DV case was going on in court. For those who have not been following this drama, let me give you a little refresher. The drama started in March 2023 when Jonathan was arrested for putting paws on his ex-girlfriend. His arrest came as a shock to many fans because he was a drama-free and likable actor, so he was the last person that anyone expected to have DV charges against him. He was released but with a limited temporary restraining order, which meant that he was forbidden from contacting Grace. He was also charged with 3 counts of third-degree assault, 1 count of second-degree harassment, and 1 count of aggravated harassment. But then, things began to get worse for Jonathan after Rolling Stone published an interview that kinda hinted that Jonathan was responsible for physical, emotional, and mental mistreatment of his past romantic partners, dating back to his time at Yale more than 10 years ago. Jonathan's lawyer issued a statement stating that Jonathan never put paws in Grace, and that the Rolling Stone interview was false and was put out to defame his client. Jonathan's lawyer released a statement saying, "Jonathan Majors is completely innocent and he's probably the victim of an altercation with a woman he knows. We are quickly gathering and presenting evidence to the district attorney with expectation that all charges will be dropped imminently. This evidence includes video footage from the vehicle where this episode took place, witness testimony from the driver and others who both saw and heard the episode, and most importantly, two written statements from the woman recounting these allegations." She continued, "All the evidence proves that Mr. Majors is completely innocent and did not assault her whatsoever. Unfortunately, this incident came about because this woman was having an emotional crisis, for which she was taken to a hospital yesterday. The NYPD is required to make an arrest in these situations, and this is the only reason Mr. Majors was arrested. We expect these charges to be dropped soon." Jonathan's lawyers then released text messages between Jonathan and Grace, but guys, the text should have stayed in the drafts because it only made him look worse. In the text, Grace said, "They assured me that you won't be charged. They said they had to arrest you as protocol when they saw the injuries on me and they knew we had a fight. I'm so angry that they did, and I'm sorry you're in this position. We'll make sure nothing happens about this. I told them it was my fault for trying to grab your phone. I only just got out of the hospital." The text did more harm than good because they took his public rep down a notch, and several brands started to drop him and distance themselves from him. Even his fellow celebs chose to distance themselves, which is why it was weird when he and Meagan Good started dating. When the news of the relationship hit the internet, it raised a lot of eyebrows because of the timing, and lots of fans believed the relationship was just PR and that he was paying Meagan to be with him. Meagan played the role of a supportive girlfriend to a T. She was spotted walking around side by side with him to court. The trial lasted for about 2 weeks, and there was some interesting evidence presented on both sides. For example, this video was played in court, and it showed Jonathan running away from Grace on the day of the alleged DV incident. The fact that he was running away kind of convinced some people that he was truly innocent and that Grace was the aggressor in the case. But things took a twist when some texts between them were read aloud in court, and it seemed like Jonathan was trying to apologize for putting paws on her. In the message, Jonathan said, "It's just fake, and I fear you have no perspective of what could happen if you go to the hospital. They will ask you questions, and as I don't think you actually protect us, it could lead to an investigation even if you do lie and they suspect something." Grace then replied, "I will tell the doctor I bumped my head if I go. I'm going to give give it one more day, but I can't sleep and I need some stronger painkillers. That's all. Why would I tell them what really happened when it's clear I want to be with you? I feel like you want to be together, as in not to embarrass yourself for everything you've said to your friends and family. Jonathan also said, last night I considered taking myself out versus coming home. You said you needed love last night and I put my feelings aside and tried to give you that. I need love too. Or maybe I'm such a monster and horrible man that I don't deserve it and should just kill myself. This way of existence is miserable. Whew, yeah, this seemed to seal the deal because it sounded super incriminating. So it wasn't shocking that he was found guilty by the jury. The district attorney released a statement saying, the evidence presented throughout this trial illustrated a cycle of psychological and emotional abuse and escalating patterns of coercion far too common across the many intimate partner violence cases we see each and every day. Today, a jury determined that pattern of and coercion culminated with Mr. Majors assaulting and harassing his girlfriend. Hours after the court's ruling, Marvel Studio parted ways with Jonathan, and according to reports, Marvel Studios has parted ways with Jonathan Majors, the actor cast to play Kang, the central antagonist in the multiverse saga of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, after he was convicted on December 18th of 2 misdemeanor counts of harassment and assault of Grace Jabari, his ex-girlfriend. Jonathan didn't only lose the part in the Kang movie, but he lost more than that. He lost other movie roles, sponsorship deals, and Meagan Good. According to an insider, Meagan was not a plan to play ride or die to Jonathan when she knew it might affect her career. She had already been getting a lot of hate since she and Jonathan became a thing, and she knew it was only about to get worse now that he had been found guilty, so she decided to jump ship before she went down with him. Fans had a lot to say about Meagan and Jonathan, and they left comments like, I hope Meagan getting paid millions for this epic role. I don't feel bad for Jonathan, he brought this on himself. Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. If he's a then he got exactly what he deserved. His whole career is a wrap. Meagan Good got plenty of attention from this media circus. My guess is she'll drop this toxic clown now that he's no longer useful. So I want to know how you feel about Meagan dumping Jonathan days after the guilty verdict. Drop your thoughts in the comments, then check out this next video.